So yeah, this isn't 5 in the morning, this is still the night before, it's like 10:30 at night, but I thought I'd better show you this anyway. So yeah, I've still got the single bed at the minute to accommodate my dartboard, otherwise I wouldn't be able to fit it in. But yeah, so it's not just dinners Mum's very good at. When I come up for bed, I have a hot water bottle and my pyjamas are wrapped around it, so it's nice and warm when I get in. So yeah, it's no wonder I haven't moved out yet, isn't it? Yeah, so yeah, you know the date, you know the time. It's day 6 now from the vlogs. Of course, you know what I'm about to go and do, so quick half an hour on the treadmill. No running today because sort of an earlier start today. I do a breakfast club at my old primary school. Absolutely love going there, to be honest with you. I'm still called Mr. Annals and not Harry there, and I feel like a celebrity when I go in every time, to be honest with you, because it's just amazing. Honestly, all the kids, literally, I'm always like, you never get bored of seeing me, and they really don't. It's amazing. And to be honest, the last day I had there, because I left last summer, was probably the best day of my life. I was treated like a celebrity by everyone, you know, presents in the hall and signing all the kids' shirts, and have all the kids signing my shirts as well. It was absolutely ridiculous. It's the only time I actually got home and cried because I was just overwhelmed with all the presents. Never had that before. So a question I want to ask everyone today, and again, comment if you want to, what's the best day you've ever had? And yeah, I'd be interested to know what those things are. For me, it was probably that day, probably passing my driving test actually, because it was more a relief than anything. But yeah, interested to see what you say. Right, so yeah, just starting my walk to work now. And obviously I said today's theme would be things I do to kind of curb the boredom and loneliness of walking and running for long hours. So obviously podcasts are one, even though the one I'm listening to is really boring this morning, so I've just stopped it actually. You probably noticed in the last clip I was spraying Aramis on me, on my coat. And that's a really weird one I do, but before I walk and run, I always make sure I put a spray on. So then if I like change direction of the wind or anything, I always think, oh, I've got that nice smell of this spray, and it just sort of takes your mind off the aches and pains sometimes. And yeah, so when I go to a lot of these schools, and particularly the one I'm going to this morning, they all go, oh, it smells like Mr. Annals here, or it smells like Harry's been in this room, just because I've put all these sprays on my coats. And when people ask me, what's that spray? I'm like, I don't know, because I've got like 5 or 6 on me. But yeah, it's just to distract your mind, really. Sometimes with running and walking, I look for cars that have got a certain number plate letter, so like the letter Z. See if I can find like 10 in a run. One I've just started to try and do is when I'm walking is look for money. So I was going to do a bit of a challenge at some point where I walk for as long as I can until I find a coin. So, you know, if I find a coin in 2 minutes, I stop. If I find it in 6 hours, you know, that's how long it takes. You could do things like that. I tend to leave at the same time as well, so I tend to start a run at about sort of 7 in the morning. And then if I'm running a certain route, I have sort of checkpoints, so you tend to see the same dog walkers out, you know, cars that leave their drive at a certain time, so I always sort of aim to sort of get there at that time, and then you tend to see the same people, so you might say morning to them, you know, and then they start to recognise you. So that's another thing that I find actually works to sort of distract you to a degree. Other thing I quite like to do is run between lampposts, or, you know, if I'm running along the beach, you know, certain checkpoints. So maybe I run from one lamppost a bit quicker to another one, a little bit slower. Then after that, it's almost like a bit of an interval training. But actually, that doesn't have to be an interval session. It just works really well, I find. So yeah, they're the main things. I don't think there's anything else off the top of my head. Probably one of the other important things, though, which I sound silly, but I've had to really consider, and it is like a checkpoint as well for me, is going to the toilet. So I try and know where all the public toilets are, honestly. So, you know, it's like, oh, okay, it's 5 miles to get to that toilet. So I know that I've already done 5 miles when I get there. But, you know, I always like to know where they are, because obviously you need to drink a lot and keep hydrated when you're doing this much training. I've just finished the first part of my day at the primary school I used to work at. I absolutely love going there, to be honest. Honestly, like I said, I feel like a celebrity. I mean, I'll give you a funny example last week, and I'll share some of these sort of funny stories over the next 100 days or so. But last week I was eating a banana there, and I had a couple of the girls in year 5 come up to me, and they basically said, "Oh, I'll take your banana skin for you." And I was like, "Okay, thanks." That's, I thought they were going to go put it in the bin. 2 minutes later, they come back with a slice of the banana skin each, and they with a pen and say, "Can you sign the banana skin for us?" So yeah, it's because they wanted to keep my banana skin with my signature on, and it's just so funny, and you get like Christmas cards saying, "When are you coming back?" or "You're not allowed to leave," or anything like that, and it's so sweet, honestly. I have to say as well, I don't think there's a better feeling than sort of being that person that can have such a positive influence on others, and I've been very lucky with my work that I get to do that all the time, and I've over the last few years and through my work now as well, I'm working with children who have got physical disabilities, maybe balance issues, they've got cerebral palsy, they're blind, and see the sort of happiness and joy they get from me doing sport with them, and also sometimes seeing them just physically develop into more independent people. Money can't buy that feeling, honestly. It's one of the greatest feelings. It gives them, obviously, the satisfaction, but for me as well, to see that I've had a small part in that, honestly, there's no better feeling. Money can't buy that. As I said, I feel very lucky to be able to do that, and I think that's why I'm so keen to support THINK18, is because obviously I get to see someone else in the community doing similar work, and I can just see how everyone just gets on so well, and they're making just such a positive difference. So, as I said, if anyone does want to donate and just wants to learn more about what they do, I definitely recommend checking out their THINK18 website. And as I said, any donations, big or small, be really appreciated. They do some really great work, and as I said, people are giving up their time because, like me, you just get so much satisfaction out of doing it. My mum's feeding the robin now. So I'm on my lunch break walk now. That's all my coaching done today. So yeah, a little bit of admin to do. Obviously my nose is running like a tap. It's just so cold, freezing. As we've been on the topic of sort of funny things children have done and working with some of the children in these schools, I thought I'd maybe share some of the nicknames I've been given as a teacher over the times. Some you can kind of understand, others probably make no sense. So I remember one of my early ones I was called Fluffy because I just had massive hair, noodle hair. I was called the guy off the chase, so one of the chasers has like curly hair. I've forgotten his name now. But yeah, I was called him. Elvis Presley, Mr. Flannels. There was a boy that just used to call me Annals. So every time I'd walk past, walking down the road, he'd shout at the car, "Annals!" That was always a funny one. Mr. Animals. There was a boy who always called me Mrs. Annals. Just for some reason, I don't think he knew it was this. It was always Mrs. Annals. Mr. Anna. Mr. Analysis, I think, was another one. Mr. Animals. All sorts of strange ones as well. So I'm sure I'll think of some more that I've been called over the times. But yeah, it's all funny. It makes me laugh anyway. I've set myself off on one now. I was just thinking, it's not just nicknames. I've had a few sort of insults from children at the time as well. People ask why my nose is so pointy and that it's a perfect triangle. I've had ones where there was a boy once who, basically, he tripped over and hurt himself, that he didn't want my help because I was built like a 12-year-old, in his words, so I wouldn't be able to help lift him up. Football one, I've been called Harry Kane because every time I take a kick, I seem to kick it over the bar. And then another one, which was quite funny, wasn't an insult, but I remember once I went out to do a sort of PE, a little five-a-side football game, and I said, I can't really play today because my knee hurts. I had a slightly bad knee at the time, it was just sore. Anyway, I had these two children that saw me get the ball out of the cup, and they went, oh my god, Mr. Harris, what's happened to your knee? And I was thinking, I looked down, and it was just sort of basically where I had my knee slightly sort of straightened out, or slightly bent, and it was obviously, I just got knobbly knees. So, they thought I'd like dislocated my knee, and I was like, no, it's just where I just have knobbly knees. So that was quite funny. Yeah, they thought I'd dislocated my knee. It's just got pointy knees, pointy elbows, and and they always say, oh, why are you so veiny? And some just sort of squeeze your veins and stuff. So there were some other sort of funny things that I've experienced as well, but there'll be plenty more that will come in this vlog. You know who's here? Oh, scared him off. I'm going to give him a throw. It's like throwing a ball to a dog, isn't it? It's ridiculous. See, I'm organised today. That's breakfast for Saturday. That's my breakfast for tomorrow. I just need to add milk to my Weetabix. And I've done my lunch for tomorrow as well. And I've, of course, still got my snacks in my bag. So, yeah, all sorted. For today, Mum's actually managed to buy me some mitts. I think she's probably sick of me wearing her ones as well. So, do a little walk with my brother later maybe and just try those out. But yeah, I've got the darts on at the minute. So, that's the priority for now. See you later.